Hi, I'm Claire. 3 years ago, I landed my dream job as a software developer at a tech startup, but that's not the only dream that came true. I also married the love of my life, James, and we just moved into our perfect home in a quiet suburban neighborhood. This house is absolutely perfect for us, honey. I can't believe we got it at this price. All thanks to Mom's real estate connections. James smiled, unpacking another box in our new kitchen. Speaking of your mom, I hesitated, remembering the cold stare Patricia gave me during the closing. You know how she is. She's just protective. She'll warm up to you eventually. I wasn't so sure about that. Patricia had been a top real estate agent in our area for 20 years, and she made sure everyone knew it. When we first mentioned buying a house, she insisted on being our agent. Darling, you really should consider the Oakwood property instead. This neighborhood isn't suitable for someone of your position. Mom, Claire and I love this house. We're making an offer. But sweetheart, think about your future. What about when you have children? That was 3 months ago. Now, my sister Sarah was helping us unpack when she noticed something strange on her phone. Hey, Claire, isn't this your house? What do you mean? This listing just popped up on my real estate app. Same address, but it's listed as coming soon. I grabbed her phone, my heart sinking as I scrolled through the photos. They were recent taken after we'd moved in. That's impossible. We just bought this place. Maybe it's a glitch, Sarah suggested, but her investigator instincts were already kicking in. Want me to look into it? Please do. But don't tell James yet. I need to figure out what's going on first. Later that evening, Patricia dropped by unannounced, as usual. Just checking on my favorite couple. James, darling, your father and I are having dinner with the Hendersons tomorrow. You remember their daughter, Emma? She's just moved back to town, single again. Mom, I'm married. Oh, of course, of course. I'm just saying it's nice to keep in touch with old friends. You never know what the future holds. I caught her glancing at me with that familiar look of disapproval. Every time she visited, she'd find some way to remind me that I wasn't good enough for her precious son. Claire, dear, those curtains you chose, they're certainly unique, though I suppose they match your eclectic taste. My phone buzzed, a text from Sarah. Found something interesting. Call me ASAP. I forced a smile, gripping my phone tighter. Thank you for the feedback, Patricia. We're still settling in. Well, don't get too comfortable. Properties in this area tend to turn over quickly. Something in her tone made my skin crawl. As I watched her leave through our front door, the door to our dream home, I couldn't shake the feeling that this was just the beginning. After Patricia left, I immediately called Sarah. You're not going to believe this. I dug into some old listings from Patricia's agency. Every house James has lived in with a girlfriend mysteriously went on the market within months. What do you mean? His college girlfriend? Their rental got accidentally listed? His ex-fiancée? Their condo appeared on the market 3 months after they moved in. Each time the relationships fell apart during the housing drama. That's sneaky. Can you get me proof? Already sent it to your email, but there's more. I called my friend Marcus at the law firm. I met Marcus at a coffee shop downtown. He'd been James's friend since elementary school and now worked as a real estate attorney. These listing documents. Claire, someone forged your signatures. Look at the date. It's from last week. Can you tell who did it? The handwriting matches other paperwork Patricia filed recently. I pulled some strings to check. She's trying to force us out. There's a pattern here, and James needs to know. Not yet. I need more evidence. I called David at the local bank. He'd helped us with our mortgage and always had a weird vibe about Patricia. You were right to ask. She came in yesterday, claiming to be your power of attorney. Tried to access James's accounts. What did she want? Information about your mortgage payments. Said she was helping with refinancing options. We shut her down fast. Can you send me the security footage? Already on it. Claire, be careful. She's getting desperate. Back home, James was going through old photos. Mom dropped these off earlier. Look at this one from my graduation. That's Rebecca. Wonder whatever happened to her. I picked up another photo. Rebecca and James in front of a house. sold sign in the background. How long after buying that house did you break up? Few months. Weird timing, actually. The house got listed without our knowledge, caused huge problems. Mom helped sort it out, but Rebecca couldn't handle the stress. My phone buzzed. Another text from Sarah. Got the surveillance footage from the real estate office. Patricia submitted the listing at midnight last Tuesday. I was building a case, piece by piece. Marcus sent over the forged documents. David emailed the bank footage. Sarah compiled the history of mysterious listings. Hey, babe. Mom invited us for dinner tomorrow. Perfect timing. You seem different lately. Everything okay? Just tired from unpacking. Hey, where did you put our house paperwork? Mom offered to keep copies at her office. Why? Just want to review something. I waited until James fell asleep, then called Sarah. I need one more favor. Can you run background checks on Patricia's past clients? Specifically cases where deals fell through. On it. But Claire, she's planning something big. That listing goes live next week. Let her try. I'm ready. I stared at our bedroom ceiling, my mind racing. Tomorrow's dinner would be interesting. The evidence was stacked forged documents, unauthorized account access attempts, a history of sabotaged relationships. But I needed Patricia to show her true colors in front of James. And I knew exactly how to make that happen. Before dinner at Patricia's, Sarah called with her latest findings. You won't believe what I found in the county records. She's had 3 disciplinary hearings with the real estate board. For what? Unethical practices, all involving married couples mysteriously listing their homes. At the house, Patricia and her husband greeted us, but she started her manipulation before we even sat down. James, honey, remember the Andersons? Their son just lost everything in that nasty divorce. His wife completely blindsided him. Mom, why are we talking about this? I just worry, especially after what my friend Nancy saw at the Ridge coffee shop. My heart stopped. That's where I'd met Marcus. What are you talking about? Claire meeting a man there. Very intimate conversation. That was Marcus, your son's best friend. Oh? And why were you meeting him in secret? James looked confused. Mom, stop. Claire wouldn't. I found these in Claire's car today when I was leaving that casserole. She pulled out hotel receipts. Fake ones, I knew immediately. I was just being a caring mother-in-law. A mother knows when something's wrong. Those aren't mine. James, she's lying. Like you lied about the house listing? Wait, how did she know I knew? My phone buzzed. Sarah had hit record on the hidden camera we'd planted. Actually, Patricia, let's talk about listings. Specifically, how many relationships you've ruined with your little real estate schemes. I don't know what you mean. Rebecca's house? Jennifer's condo? Every woman James has ever lived with? I was protecting my son. By forging our signatures? Trying to access our bank accounts? James stood up. What's she talking about, Mom? She's lying. Just like she's lying about that man she's been seeing. You mean Marcus? Who found proof you forged documents? Patricia's face went pale. Her husband finally spoke up. Patricia, what did you do? Nothing. I'm protecting our family's reputation. She's not from the right background. She's pushing James away from the family business. No, Mom, you're pushing me away. Claire is my family now. She's using you. That tech job she convinced you to take instead of joining the agency? Our legacy? Sarah texted. Got everything on camera, plus records from her previous harassment cases. Patricia, I have proof of everything. The forged documents, the bank footage, your history of sabotaging James's relationships. Want to come clean or should I share it all? You ungrateful. Do you know who I am in this town? My reputation. James, your mom has been trying to force us out of our house. She listed it without our knowledge. Mom, is this true? I was trying to protect you. She's not good enough for you. None of them were. James's father stood up. That's enough, Patricia. I've watched you drive away every girl James has ever cared about. Not this time. As we left, Patricia was still ranting about family legacy and social status. In the car, James was quiet. I'm so sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I needed proof. No, I'm sorry. I should have seen it years ago. All those relationships that fell apart. It was her all along. My phone kept buzzing. Sarah sending more evidence, Marcus with legal options, David with bank records. Tomorrow would be interesting. The annual family brunch at the country club seemed like the perfect stage. All of Patricia's high society friends were there. Everyone, I'd like to make an announcement. Claire, dear, this isn't the time. Patricia started, but James cut her off. No, Mom, let her speak. I connected my laptop to the club's projector. I want to share some interesting real estate trends. The first slide showed our house listing. This is our home, listed without our knowledge. Notice the signature at the bottom? Marcus stood up. As a real estate attorney, I can confirm these signatures were forged. Here are the forensic results. That's ridiculous. I would never. Really? Like you never listed Rebecca's house? Or Jennifer's condo? The room filled with whispers as I showed more documents. Or how about accessing your son's bank accounts without authorization? David cleared his throat. The bank has security footage of those attempts, Patricia. You're all conspiring against me. I built this community. By destroying every relationship your son had? By committing fraud? Sarah stepped forward with a thick folder. The real estate board will be interested in these records. 3 previous complaints, all buried thanks to your connections. James's father stood up. Is this true, Patricia? I did it for our family, for our reputation. You did it for control, and it ends today. But the Hendersons' daughter. Emma, should we tell them how you tried to set us up last week? Sorry you got dragged into this. Marcus walked over with legal papers. The real estate board is revoking your license pending investigation, and there's a restraining order. You can't do this to me. I'm Patricia Mitchell. Not in real estate anymore. The country club crowd started leaving, phones already buzzing with gossip. Patricia's carefully built social empire crumbling with each exit. I gave you everything. A perfect life, the right connections. No, Mom. You gave me control issues and trust problems. But that's done now. 6 months later, our house was still ours, stronger than ever. Patricia lost her license and her social standing. She tried sending apology notes, gifts, even guilt trip messages through friends. Another letter from your mom. Add it to the fireplace pile. No regrets? Only that I didn't stand up to her sooner. But hey, at least our house drama had a happy ending. Unlike Rebecca and the others. Sarah helped them, you know. Turns out they all had similar stories. They're filing a class action. I looked around our living room, now truly ours. Think she'll ever change? Maybe, but we won't be around to find out. The latest apology letter joined its predecessors in the flames. Some happy endings don't need forgiveness. What would you do if you discovered your mother-in-law was secretly sabotaging not just your marriage, but had successfully destroyed all your spouse's previous relationships? Would you expose her publicly like Claire did, or handle it privately? And here's another haunting question. Is forgiveness always necessary for healing? Claire and James chose not to accept Patricia's apologies. What's your take on that? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and perspectives, especially if you've dealt with controlling in-laws. If you enjoyed this revenge story of standing up to toxic family members, hit that like button and subscribe for more compelling family drama stories. Your support helps us create more content like this.